Hey everyone, Nubkeks here, and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm and the Road to Grandmaster. Got a very fun video for you today, playing a hero that I have not played in, I don't know, probably over a year. We're going to be playing Lieutenant Morales in this game, arguably my least favorite hero in the entire game. In fact, you'll see actually, ultimately in this draft, it comes down to the choice between my two least favorite heroes, probably overall in the entire game. Heroes I find personally boring and don't enjoy. Strong heroes, for sure, but ones that don't particularly appeal to me and what I like to do in the game. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we are on Battlefield of Eternity here, saying hello to the team. They banned Ragnaros. I banned out Artanis, just didn't want to deal with him. I think it is one of the only maps, really, where I'm kind of considering Artanis to be good these days. I feel like he's really overrated. But he is very strong in BOE. And anytime any team does grab Sylvanas, I think that's a good pickup for them. Sylvanas on this map is quite interesting. From level 7, she actually becomes pretty good at damaging the Immortal. And if you do get the Immortal, your pushes with that become incredibly impactful. The thing is, though, that your team fight is going to be a little bit weaker, at least early on. So it can be difficult. There's definitely a risk with Sylvanas that you simply lose the first like 2 Immortals and then the game is sort of snowballed and you fall a bit behind. I think she's definitely good on this map. But in this case, I decided actually in banning Artanis away, especially because our friend, our teammate, Frost HD, was hovering Zul'jin. I said, you know what, I'll get rid of the Artanis. That's going to be a better choice overall. Now, we can see that we're going to be running Solo Warrior Nubkeks. At least that's our team's intent right now. So we're going to remove ETC, who is, in my opinion, the best tank on this particular map. He's also very good with Rehgar and Raynor. So we really don't want to deal with that. You know, we don't want to deal with the possibility of like Bloodlust, Mosh Pit, and ETC's, passive boosting everyone up. That would just be a nightmare. So remove that. Don't want to deal with it. They take away Fala, which is a good choice. Vala also incredibly strong here. We grab Zeratul, and I believe we are going to grab the Zul'jin here. Actually, oh yeah, our teammate is thinking of switching over to Varian, which is also a very good choice here as well. But I was kind of saying, go for Zul'jin, and gonna hover the medic. A very powerful combo between two heroes is medic into Zul'jin. So we're gonna have a few synergies within our draft. We're going to have, the Jaina and Zeratul synergy, which is very, very strong. A lot of burst damage. And, the VP into Ring of Frost it's very real and very scary. We're going to have the Medic and Zul'jin combo as well. And the enemy team does get Varian because of this, because we let him through. And they also grab Greymane. So they've got a pretty damn scary composition. The biggest problem with ours, in fact, the only problem with ours really is the Nubkeks pick is pretty terrible, honestly. There's really nothing... Yeah, I really don't have anything good to say about the Nubkeks pick right here. A Nubkeks is fundamentally a counter pick hero to heavy spell damage teams. He's not... You don't pick him. Like, going up against Sylvanas... Like, sure, he's okay against Sylvanas, but look, the enemy team turned around, he picked a Nubkeks, they turn around, okay, cool. Raynor, Rehgar, Varian, and Greymane. A Nubkeks suddenly sucks. He suddenly sucks. He's suddenly not a great pick at all. Compared to what we could have had instead of a Nubkeks. We could have had Varian. We could have had ETC. Even Muradin. There's a lot of heroes we could have had instead of that would have been much better. So, yeah, there you go. I like a Nubkeks a lot if he's like a counter pick to something like a Li Ming or, a counter pick to a heavy spell damage team. I really don't like him picked up early in the draft because this is what happens. The enemy team just turns around and goes, okay, cool. We're just going to pick a team that's now going to outrace you on the Immortal and that's going to be good at killing you. So, it's pretty rough. So, I did grab Morales in the end. Malf was another possible option, but... I actually, as you saw, I'm like level 6 on Malf, level 5 on Medic. I think I got Medic, played it to level 5 so I could pick her in Hero League, and literally have not played her since then. And that was probably when she came out. I probably got her when she came out, leveled her up to 5, and have not touched her since. So that's probably over a year since I've played her. I find the hero super boring, but I do think that she's good. And I do think she's underrated. But looking at their composition, you know, Greymane is gonna be a problem. That's for sure. But the rest of them should be somewhat okay. And we needed like big healing. We need something. We need a bit of an X factor. We need something to mix this game up and actually stay in this. So with Morales, basically my goal is we're going to be able to fuel Zul'jin, let him be able to be super aggressive, and then we're going to be able to keep a Nubkeks alive. Like, how do you keep a Nubkeks alive against Raynor, Greymane, Varian, like Rehgar, Sylvanas, Varian? How do you keep him alive through that? I'm pretty sure Medic is probably our only option. And she is good on this map too. She's good on this map too. I'll talk more about maps as we go further a little bit. I picked up in this game Scouting Drone at level 1. And the goal is to simply establish more control of the inner area of the map and to control flanks and things like that. That's basically what I'm looking to do. Also, it's going to be pretty interesting playing with this Zul'jin. He gets, you know, more powerful. The less health he has, the more powerful he becomes. So you do have to make a decision of, okay, do we keep healing Zul'jin? And he'll be on really high health, but he won't be getting value out of his passive, or do we let him take damage and get more value out of his passive, but leave him more at risk? So it's definitely a balancing game when you're playing the two heroes together. I've been watching pro teams do this, and generally speaking, they just try to keep Zul'jin at full health, and I think that's a mistake. I was trying to lay this down. It turns out these actually have really short range, and our teammates are in a little bit of trouble. We probably could have got a kill if I'd actually been there. You can see I just never used the frickin' thing before. So I should say, this will be decent Morales gameplay, and I can tell you the theory about how to play her, but you're going to notice that my mechanics of Morales aren't very good, because I've just not played the hero. They'll be okay, but there will be mistakes. Possibly some bad mistakes, but it'll be a fun video nonetheless. Zeratul is soloing. He's our solo laner, which has pros and cons to it. Hearthstone here, come back with some mana. Hope our team are able to deal with that. We're going to make our way to the middle. Certainly when we're racing the Immortal, and if we know the enemy team is nowhere nearby, at that point we're going to stop healing Zul'jin and just let him get maximum damage output. You can see I was also checking Scouting Drone to try to get some more info on that. But yeah, we effectively just have to defend at this point, which is kind of rough. But if we can pull it off, it's going to go great for us. We're going to heal up a Nubkeks here, keep him tanky, keep him alive, and Varian is going to go down, which is pretty fantastic. Going to lay down a Scouting Drone to reveal this brush area. And Sylvanas is on the run as well. Good attempt from a Nubkeks to knock her up. Didn't work out, but good attempt nonetheless. I'm going to stay here with the noob, keep him alive, and just help zone off the enemy teams. Basically our goal. Even using the grenade to try and knock him back a little bit too. We got the Scouting Drone covering the left flank. And basically, I'm actually going to move, lay down a second one over here to cover that bottom flank. And we're just going to try zone the enemy team away. Don't let them actually come in here and poke this Immortal down. It's basically what we're looking for. Varian is actually just chasing me. What a jerk. And Nubkeks does walk away okay. Our team should trigger the phase. There we go. I feel like that phase triggered a bit late. That was kind of unusual. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Nubkeks almost dead. Actually, probably that was a mistake actually for me. I think I was not paying as much attention to that as I should have. We could have kept him alive a little bit longer. Gonna heal up Varian, try to keep him, not Varian, Zul'jin, try to keep him alive. He actually gets stunned by Varian, which is a bit rough. And he is focusing us down. I was on a vision thing, I was like, hit the vision thing instead! We do go down to Varian, but in the meantime, our team do get a return kill on the Sylvanas, and we are winning this race on the Immortal. Zul'jin is actually like poking at heroes instead of hitting the Immortal. I was like, just hit it, like, we're gonna lose the Immortal! We had that, and then they're like backing off and being cautious and stuff. I was like, no, this is definitely the time where you race. We're going up against the Sylvanas, you definitely want to race this. Don't be cautious, don't be safe. Race, go crazy, go crazy. Yeah, at level 4 I picked up Automated Block. Every 5 seconds we get a 50 physical armor against the next hero basic attack. This is basically try not to die against Greymane. That's basically the goal of this talent, is to protect us from that. We'll see how it works out. But we are up a level at the moment, which is really nice. We got the first Immortal, denied that from Sylvanas, which is pretty nice. We're getting a bit of a push here. You can see I'm trying to heal up the Nubkeks and giving priority to him. Keep him healthy. Moving forwards here, using our Sim Drone to knock the enemy heroes back as well. You know, like Sylvanas and Raynor, they're just going to run back in. So if we can put pressure on them, it's going to be good. And just staying far back behind our team and healing people up whenever they start taking some damage. So Nubkeks goes in deep. Nice pick off by him. Actually walked a bit far forwards there myself. come across, and I think they're actually split up, and I gave the safeguard armor with my W to Zul'jin, and I gave the heal to a noob. So that's kind of an interesting choice, that you can split that up a little bit. You know, we can safeguard Zul'jin, which will give him some protection while keeping him alive, and we can focus on healing a Nubarak. Our heals on a Nubarak will actually get a lot of value as well, bear in mind, because of his spell armor. Because he's got armor, our heals are actually more effective on him than they would be on other heroes. Calling for retreat, there's no way that we can actually take this. That would be death, especially seeing as the Nubrak is not here. So that would be a good way to throw the game. So good thing we're not doing that. At level 7, I did grab Cleanse. I've got only a small bit more practice with Cleanse than I have with Scouting Drone. So yeah, I might get a good Cleanse off in this game. I don't know. Possibly I won't. It's definitely difficult with Morales a little bit because you are so focused on your positioning. You don't have the flexibility that some other supports would have with their cleanses and things like that. Anyway, the enemy team does go in fairly deep here, and we're able to go somewhat aggressive. I think Varian was trying to stun me, but he actually missed. I'm trying to get in here and heal up the Zeratul. There we go. I kind of missed micro that a little bit as well. I'm going to come over, trying to heal this guy. Can't get around the wall. And just unfortunately, the fact that there's like minions here is a big problem. That minion wave is what kind of wrecked us and ruined that team fight. Would have gone well apart from that. But minion wave MVP kind of got in my way and stopped me from getting in and helping out Zul'jin. It was very close to being a good fight for us though. In the meantime, Anubarak somehow soloed Greymane, I think. I literally have no idea how that happened or how it could possibly happen. The enemy team is working on our Immortal. I'm setting up here. Anubarak is just soloing the lane here. He's just not coming. And the teammates are turning around and working on the bruiser camp instead. I was like, hello? Hello? Like, are we not gonna invade them? Are we not gonna try to do any damage to this? I was like, what? You can see I was almost dropping some F-bombs there. But I was like, so, we're 2 levels up. Everyone is alive. The enemy team has Sylvanas. And for some reason, despite being 2 levels ahead, and having no appreciable reason why we wouldn't fight over the Immortal phase, we're just gonna sit back and let their team get a fully shielded Immortal with a Sylvanas. I was like, what's going on here? What is going on? We did give the Anubarak a cleanse there. He might have been okay getting out, but, you know, they were obviously diving on him. So that was probably a good cleanse overall. They do take down a fort. We're in a little bit of trouble. But, yeah, I have literally no clue what was going on in the minds of our teammates during that phase. I don't know. Like I was like, are you guys trolling? Because I was like, is this some sort of stream the stroller thing? Stream the troller? Troll the streamer thing. I was like, I don't know what that was. I don't know why, when you are ahead in the game, you would willingly give a full shield Immortal to a Sylvanas. It makes no sense to me. I mean, this is pretty interesting. Unfortunately, the Q from Anubarak didn't get timed with the VP correctly. But this is still looking like a good fight for us. The Anubarak is doing huge damage here. We're going to come in. We're going to heal up Holy Slasher. He's taking some hits. He goes back in. We're going to give a Stim Drone to Zul'jin as well, because why the hell not? Nice work by Anubarak. Has been, you know, mechanically playing the team fights and stuff pretty well. So, you know, fair play to him for that one. Zul'jin goes pretty low. We should have actually been healing him a little bit sooner. But yeah. I was just like so taken aback by that Immortal phase. I have no idea what happened. Also, excuse me, getting a phone call. That might have transmitted into the microphone there. Apologies for that. I was just like sitting there going, what's going on? Like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Anyway, a nice fight there. Well played by the team. And we once again pull into the lead and take down a second fort. We're now up 2 levels, which is fantastic. And we'll be approaching level 13, hopefully an advantage for the next phase. You can see Zeratul down bottom is killing Sylvanas, by the way. So well played by him. He's actually, yeah, he should kill her. Really nice stuff. Sylvanas got greedy, went down to solo that siege camp. Not a good idea. We're going to dismount the Rainer, because we're a jerk. And just slow down their rotation to their bruiser camp, which might be useful. But yeah, very well played by him. I'm going to lay down a scouting drone here. Super short range on that. They have actually killed it. They've got very good damage output, so it's dead before we can get there and do anything, unfortunately. And yeah, gonna lay down another scouting drone over here and try help that. Our team is diving to the bottom, and it looks like it's going pretty well, actually. Reg are in a lot of trouble there. VP actually coming down to isolate Raynor, but we get jumped on by Varian, and he actually does quite a lot of damage to us. He's getting punished in return. We're healing up the Jaina. We don't get silence, which is good. Stim drone, Zul'jin, we're getting focused down. I safeguard myself, and I'm on the run, and we actually make it out just barely alive, which is fantastic. Gonna heal Zul'jin. Try keep him alive. He does go down, though, unfortunately. And healing the Jaina. I'm on the run. Trying to knock Raynor back, but I didn't time it correctly because I'm a big noob at this hero, and we're being chased down. Looks like we could die. Zeratul actually backing when he's still got, like, full life. It'd be nice to have him there. Gonna try bait the Raynor in. There we go. Zeratul's on the chase. Okay, big heal comes out. Uh-oh. Gonna give him some heals as well. Pretty close fight there for both teams. That was a close one. Very, very close one. I'm gonna grab Couples Therapy just to give me even more protection from Greymane, basically, and Varian. They're both being a bit of a problem. So they are gonna dive me a little bit. So you have to watch out for that for sure. The enemy team is starting to work on an Immortal, but we are all respawned. We have level 13, so we should be able to go in here and do some good damage. Simdrone Testingo, not going to be up for a little while, but we should still have some pretty good damage and stuff. I'm going to try to heal everyone up as much as possible. Again, focus on healing the Nubkeks above everyone else. He's the main target to heal, for the most part. And nice work by Zeratul. We're going to heal the Zeratul up now too. But yeah, I was really happy so far into the game with the medic pick. Definitely is enabling a Nubkeks to be much tankier in these teamfights than he otherwise would be. With Varian dead, we're able to put huge pressure on this Immortal phase and start to take it down. I'm just lurking here in the middle. Just hanging out, just chilling. I was even considering using Simdrone just to kill this thing faster. I thought that would be overkill. Just save it for the team fight. The enemy team moves in and is starting to work on the Immortal as well. But we're burning it down as quick as we can. Maybe we should have sent one hero or something to kill that. To stall them out and have more shields. But quite crucially on that, again, like I mentioned near the start, not healing Zul'jin, because we know that they're not going to try fight us at the Immortal. If we don't heal Zul'jin, it lets his passive do more damage, and we're going to get the maximum output we can. Nice VP from Zeratul. The enemy team a bit far out. They're going to regret that. You get silenced, unfortunately. And Zeratul does go down. Going to heal up the Jaina. Going to heal up Zul'jin. Going to heal up a Nubkeks. Going to heal up everyone. So this Immortal is not going to get as much out of it as we would like. That was kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure what other players were doing, but basically for me, one thing I actually learned from that engagement, and you will actually see, I think one more engage at least where I do it right, but I was like, hang on, actually. Stim Drone's got a cast time. And then I also looked at it, I read the talent, you'd probably see me reading the talent at one stage during this game. I read the talent and I was like, hang on, it also has like a duration, a 10-second duration, which is pretty long. We should actually use the VP to cast. I'm letting my teammates know I've got like 9% mana, just pinging like crazy. I'm like, don't go in guys, don't go in, I've got no mana. He goes in and dies instantly. Unfortunately, because I was kind of panicked doing the pings, I pinged a couple on the map, which probably encouraged them to go in. So it is important when you ping your mana to actually hit the mana. But I was trying to communicate to the team, like, guys, I got no mana, we should just run away. And unfortunately, I think, possibly because I missed the mana ping and pinged on the map, that they interpreted that as go in and fight. And a Nubkeks just promptly dies. We didn't have clients available or anything, so he just dies, unfortunately. But yeah, I should be using, and I think I will do it at least once in this game. I was like, I should use the VP to pre-cast Stimdrone. It's much like you would set up a Ring of Frost with the VP. I can set up Stimdrone with the VP so that Zul'jin will be all nice and Stimdroned as soon as the VP expires, and we'll go in with maximum damage output. I said that's actually a really smart thing to do. So I learnt it from that fight. We're also healing up the mercs because we're a badass like that. One thing to note with Morales is for the most part you really don't have to worry about her basic attack. In fact, you're probably better off just forgetting she has one, apart from like interrupting, I don't know, a channel or something. But yeah, for the most part, just forget you have a basic attack. Just focus on your positioning, because that is like so important on Morales. So yeah, just never really basic attack. It's just not worth it. It does so little damage, it's just not worth it. Like the tiny little bit of extra damage you would get for the most part from using your basic attack is negligible compared to what you might get punished for that little bit of time lost stutter stepping. So that's my advice there. I'm gonna lay down a stim drone, and with that we can or not a stim drone, I'm gonna lay down a scanning drone, and with that we can basically ignore Zul'jin. We actually come out slightly ahead. Gonna heal him up now because there's the potential we're gonna team fight here. But yeah, we can basically, when we have vision, we can just ignore healing him. and let that happen. This is actually very good spawn for us. This really suits us because we can take a nice fight with the Zeratul, potentially the Ring of Frost. We have our heroics available and ready. Here comes that. We actually get stunned, unfortunately. Trying to stim drone this Zul'jin, but he's not standing close enough to me. We actually get it down. We are getting jumped upon now. We get killed. That was killed by the terrain, and Zul'jin not standing near enough to us, unfortunately. He's going to die as well. And that fight goes very, very badly. It was a good attempt. Just that goddamn rock right in the middle there. And then the range. Again, part of that is me not being familiar with the range of Morales' abilities. But that rock was our bane in this game. That rock just ruined it right there. If not for that rock, we would have been in a much better position. And obviously then, you know, in a more coordinated environment, Zul'jin goes back in and pays the price. A blizzard lands on 2 heroes. Jaina's doing big damage. Unfortunately, Nubkeks does go down. Jaina might go down. She needs to run away. She doesn't know. But Zeratul mops it up. So, very messy phase right there. It's letting him know Sylvanas is still alive, so he needs to be a little bit careful. But just keeping Zul'jin, or not Zul'jin, Zeratul informed of what's going on here. He's been doing a great job and letting him know I'm coming in as well. Gonna heal him up. And just staying fairly safe here. Gonna lay down some stim drones around the place. Uh-oh. By fairly safe, I mean I'm gonna walk forwards and get hit by Raynor. Zul'jin is here, of course, so we're not too worried about that. Gonna lay down another stim drone right here. Give us some vision across this middle area. And we're just gonna heal him up from the side. Make sure he's not gonna get himself into too much trouble. We definitely want to take our time here. Jaina and Nubkeks are on the way. There's going to be more enemies here than there are allies, so we don't want to go too ham. Definitely want to play this cool. Wait for people to get here. Try to do the sim drone on him, and we get interrupted. Nice play by Varian. I think it takes me a while to realize I don't have sim drone as well. Gonna heal up a Nubkeks. Give him a cleanse, just a panic cleanse, basically. I think at this stage I realized that, hey, sim drone's not active. So here we go, stim drone. Gonna heal him up as well. Now we've got Tastingo, unkillable, stim droned, healed up Zul'jin, who is machine gun fast. Triple kill, very nicely done. Zeratul on the chase. Doesn't quite land one more, but there you go. 3 kills for us, that's really good. And we grabbed the Immortal as well. That fight worked out very well for us. That fight worked out very well for us. Well played by the whole team there on that one. It's nicely done. And with that, this will be almost definitely a keep. I'm using that opportunity to Hearthstone. Yeah, by the way, so I took Couples Therapy at level 13. I took System Shock at level 16, which is our Displacement Grenade will do a 50% slow for 4 seconds. So the amount decays over the duration. The decay does suck, but I said this will be a little bit of extra protection once again against these guys. It'll enable my team a bit more, and you know, Raynor, Greymane, Rehgar, even Varian, they're all going to be hurt a bit by the slow. It's going to be pretty effective against all the heroes that they've got, so that's what I'm going to focus on here. It's enabling the my team here to go forward as aggressively as they want. Keeping an eye on everyone, making sure everyone is topped up. Obviously need to watch out for the Varian combos as well. He's been focusing those on me, which is scary. But just in case our teammates are ever in trouble. Okay, moving forwards here. Healing up the Jaina, who does get focused a bit by Greymane. Got Sim Drone in a few seconds here. Trying to land a grenade on them. The Immortal does expire though, but that's a keep for us. A little bit of core damage as well, which we won't say no to, but won't make a huge difference. And now we can probably lurk and look for a kill if they're not careful. Waiting behind here. Nice VP. Here we go. This is the fight. Stim drone lands. One person's dead already. Unfortunately, we didn't taunt or cleanse the right person, and Jaina does go down. Just wasn't quite able to heal them in time. And again, it was one of those things with the range and the abilities, and just that little bit of terrain was making it just that little bit difficult. So that was kind of bad luck. Nubkeks goes in pretty aggressively. Nice play by Zeratul on the side. He's going to pick up a kill on the Raynor. We're healing up a Nubkeks, letting him go in. Rotating around to make sure Zeratul is healthy. Let him continue being aggressive. Then keep the Zul'jin alive. That's a big priority. He has Tastingo. And nice work. I think a rewind from Zeratul, and he does pick off the Greymane as he runs away. And GG. Well played by everyone. And a pretty successful Morales game, all things considered. Got Caduceus Reactor 2.0. It's a level 20 talent. which, well, our trait is active, which is we get healed when we haven't taken damage for 4 seconds. Will also give us a shield and restore mana, which is just really, really good. I mean, we gave the vote. You can see, I think the Zeratul played an excellent game right there. He was really on point with his VPs, with his assassinations, with everything. He did a fantastic job. We actually did a lot of healing as Morales, which is pretty nice as well. But yeah, I really feel like the Zeratul in particular played excellently. The Nubkeks pick was terrible, but the Nubkeks player played it well. I think the Morales pick was what really brought the composition together. I'm sure my Morales play left a few things to be desired, but I think the pick was the correct one. It was the correct one in the end. And there you go, guys. That was that game. A pretty interesting one, I thought. A pretty damn interesting one. Shane actually got Arcane Intellect. I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. What can I say about Morales? To sum it up, I'd say she is a very much underrated hero. She does an absolute ton of healing. She can make your lanes very dominant. She synergizes really well too with heroes, particularly that spend life, such as Zul'jin and such as Gul'dan. Works really well with those heroes in particular. And she's, I mean, if you're going up against a team that doesn't have much dive, she can be just super effective. Super, super effective. Or if you are working with those heroes. I thought it was interesting, just to finish on this as well, in terms of her maps, I was looking at her win rates per map at master level play on Hot Slogs. Dragonshire, she's at the moment 35% win rate. Apparently she sucks on that map. Garden of Terror is really bad for her as well. Towers of Doom really bad for her. Sky Temple not good. Haunted Mines not good. I think these are all maps with quite a lot of flank points and quite a lot of gank opportunities. I think she does badly on those maps. The maps where she does good, Warhead Junction is like the next one up, so she's okay on that one. And Cursed Hollow, she's pretty good on. Blackheart's Bay, good on. Her top maps are Battlefield of Eternity, Brax's Holdout, Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Infernal Shrines. I think the crucial things about a lot of those maps are that, well, first of all, we got Braxis and Battlefield, which are 2-lane maps. So she excels on those. And unlike Haunted Mines, where you're in the mines and there are a lot of opportunities for flanks, on Braxis and BOE, there's really not much opportunity for flanking at all. They tend to be fairly head-on team fights. Certainly on Braxis, that's where she's most famous for, and that's where I think her biggest strength lies. Your 4-man team with a Morales, they can't flank you really. You're not going to be ganked really by the solo laner, so it's just pretty much a straight-up 4v4. Like going at each other head-on, and Morales gets so much value there because the amount of healing that she does is just oppressive. It's just oppressive. It's so hard for anyone to get through that. And then, like, obviously Gul'dan is really good on that map as well, and Morales synergizes really well with him. Zul'jin, Morales can work fairly decently there too, I think, as well. And Tomb of the Spider Queen, likewise, very few flank points. Infernal Shrines, again, there tend to be fairly head-on team fights, and just that healing output can help you get a couple of those early shrines and kind of snowball the game from there. But there you go, guys. There's Morales. I think she is super underrated. I think people think she sucks. Because they go, well, you can just dive her. Well, the problem is, if they don't have a team fight, a team comp, and a team fight that is divey, then suddenly she becomes a really good pick. Or when you're on a map like Braxis, where just realistically, you can play fairly safe and not be victim to dives. Yeah, I mean, definitely try her out more, guys. I find the hero quite boring, but she is very strong. And I've been seeing a bit more of her recently. I think people are coming around to Morales and her strength a bit more, thanks to Brax's Holdout in particular. But yeah, Braxis, BOE, especially, I would say those two maps you can definitely look at and go, okay, if they don't have a strong diving team, Morales is going to be a great pick up there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon for more Heroes of the Storm. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.